We're going to start this week on plot 2, and what I've done so far is I've moved the frame that was here because it's in the way of trying to get past with the wheelbarrow and whatnot. I've just moved it down here and I've positioned it 30 inches away from the frame that the cabbages are under, and then I've measured out 11 inches from the base of the frame and put my guideline in. And now what I'm doing is I'm putting a cane in again every 11 inches, and I'm going to do that on this side because I want to see if I can get my run of beans in tonight. It shouldn't take too long. The ground's already been cleared on this side, so I'll get the canes in, then I'll see if I can get the run of beans in, and then over the rest of the week I can dig this other side. So there we have the run of beans. Unfortunately I put 12 canes in but only 11 plants had germinated, but I'm sure I'll be able to pick one up off one of the pot holders. I'm not too fussed if it's not the same variety. I'm just going to neaten the area up and water them in, and these are a variety called White Emergo, I believe it's pronounced. So there we go. I feel like a proper allotment here now. First time I've ever grown run of beans. I'm going to put some, I think I've got some climbing French beans that I'm going to put on this side. I've just potted up 6 Romanesco cauliflower. I almost grew some last year, but the frost came and it just killed them all off just as they were starting to form. So hopefully they'll go a little bit better this year. And I've got 9 more which I'm going to put on the table at the top of the allotment, which is for anyone to take if they wish to do so. I've quickly popped down. It's Thursday evening and I've planted up 6 Cavalier Nero and a few rocket. I've also got some more rockets in individual tubs, and I've put a few in the beds. But what I'm trying to do at the moment is just come down every night for an hour or so while the weather's good and get some of these seedlings potted on, because they're struggling in the little pots that they're in at the moment. So these should be okay for a little while until the ground's ready for me to put them in once I finish digging it. These are the other 5 rocket, one in individual pots, and as you can see they've just dried out over the day. I can't water them enough. I'm coming down in the morning and watering them. By the time I get in the evening, this is how they're looking. So if I put them in individual pots with the capillary matting, they should be fine. So I'm going to get them watered now. Friday afternoon, I've just popped down after work and planted up some of the pumpkins and courgettes. So what we've got is 4 cantaloupe melon, 4 charmant pumpkins, which are the sort of giant pumpkins you see carved out for Halloween, 4 honeydew melon, 3 black beauty courgettes and 2 goldina courgettes. So that should see me all right for the year. And in the other house, I think in the other greenhouse, I think I've got around about 10 Minnesota midget melons that have germinated, but they're far too small to put on yet. So now I've got that done, I'm going to pop outside and I think I might plant out the pongo beans today. I was planning on getting the pongo beans out. Unfortunately the weather's got different plans. Big black clouds just come over and it started to tip down, so I'm going to give it 10-15 minutes, wait for it to die down a bit, and I'm going to get the beans in. As the weather's not playing ball and I don't want to waste the time that I've got at the allotment today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can tidy up this small greenhouse space. I'm thinking I could probably get maybe a few of the melons, some tomatoes, maybe some cucumbers in here. So I've just got to get rid of the mare's tail. Then I'm going to add some fresh compost onto this small bed and work it in. I've got some 6X concentrated farmyard manure as well that I'm going to put in, give it all a good mix and a good water, and then it should be ready for planting in. Just got to keep on top of the mare's tail, which is This has literally shot up in about a week. It's unbelievable how fast it grows. But I shall get it tidied out, dig down as deep as I can get. I'm not sure what's underneath the soil, but I'll try and get as many roots out as I can and get it freshly prepared. There we go, it's looking a lot better. It's had 50 litres of fresh compost and a couple of good handfuls of 6X. And I finished just in time because the rain's starting to ease off now, so I'm going to go back up the other plot and start planting the pongo beans.
Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next to me. No matter what I do, your heart is drifting out of reach. Head underwater, I'm swimming harder, trying to keep this alive. Gotta find my way to you, now that our love has capsized.
And there we go, that's the pongo bush beans that Bill and Val kindly sent me, planted and ready to grow. It's Saturday morning and we're back on plot number 2, and what I want to try and get done today, I know I'm not going to get it finished, but I'm going to get as far as I can, is put in a path that's going to run right down the centre of the path. Sorry, a path that's going to run right down the centre of the plot, because at the moment there's stuff everywhere. There's bits of metal bars, posts, bits of mesh. It's a nightmare to walk up and down, and this plastic stuff that they've put down is really slippy. So I'm going to take all that up, and I've got some planks of wood that I'm going to use to put a border, and then if I've got enough time and energy, I might see if I can put a couple of slabs to run along the length of the plot. So that's the plan. It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to be a little bit messy for maybe a week or two, but I think it'll look okay in the end. So let's get started. So a little progress update. What I've done, I've ran a line of rope all the way down, levelled it up both ends, and then I'm just knocking in the retaining posts to be level with the top of the rope, and they're set at the right distance for each joint. And then all I need to do is make sure there's enough clearance in there, and I'm going to put a post halfway down each plank. I've got the post there cut ready, so I shall start drilling. I've then got to repeat the same process for the other side of the path at roughly 2 foot spacings, but at the moment I haven't got any wood for that. I don't really want to be going out and buying some, so I'll see what I can find lying around. I've got a few little pieces and some pallets that I could break up. I prefer them to be in these long lengths, but if I can't find any, then I'll either make do or have to push the boat out and buy some. So I shall bring you back in a little while when I've got a little bit more progress. And now we have the first section complete. I've brought it up to the existing path. I'm going to get another slab there. I've got a grinder to cut it to meet up. That one's just a broken one that someone's put in, but it's not super neat or super straight, but I think it's good enough for an allotment. It gives me a defined edge. It makes it easier to get in to hoe that bed and to walk across them when I've got to water. So I'm just going to show you what I've got left to do, which is arguably the most difficult section, but I should just take my time and not rush. It's been here for a long time, it's not going anywhere soon. So there we go, that's a Saturday morning's job done. Starting to take shape. Let's finish the week off. It's Sunday morning and I've had the strimmer out and we've trimmed the entire bank. Well, me. All the way up to there. It took about 2 hours. It was a bit of a job, but it looks better now. One last job before I go home. The sweet corn is looking decidedly sickly, so I'm going to get it in the ground. I don't think it's going to survive. So I'm going to put 9 in this bed, and I'm going to go up to the other plot and put the rest in there, so that we don't get any cross germination, cross pollination. So I shall go up the other side and get those in. That's the rest of the sweet corn in. I've given them a really good water, so hopefully they'll survive. They should be okay here. This soil's been it had plenty of manure dug into it over the winter, and it's been covered, so it should have plenty of nutrition in for them. So let's just hope they pull through and keep an eye on them. So that's the end of another week's vlog. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.